Here's a conversation for pastors and kids church leaders, anyone who is using the resources at pursuegod.org to try to create a discipleship culture and really empower parents to disciple their kids at home. The question is this: what kinds of kids events should we do? Right? Kids events are a lot of times are really volunteer intensive. You can only do, a couple per year unless you're a bigger church, but smaller churches really struggle to get enough volunteers. It really burns people out. It's still good, don't get me wrong, but I think this is a really good question to ask: what kinds of kids events should we do? Now, maybe your church does some big kids events like VBS, right? Or maybe in the fall you do a harvest party. Or maybe at Christmas time you do some sort of a Christmas program or something like that for kids. Again, these tend to be bigger events. They're good, don't get me wrong, but you really can't do too many of these big events because of the toll that it takes on volunteers and staff and all that stuff. So here's what I just think you should really consider if you're using the Pursue God resources. You have to ask yourself this question: are these big events helping us to break through this wall of value that we offer to our parents? And what I mean by that, with the tools in mind, is if these events are helping us empower conversations, right, with our kids, if we're sending our kids home and our parents home with tools because of this event, VBS, Harvest Party, Christmas, anything like that, if what we're doing is helping them get connected to their kids, if we're giving them tools to connect them to at home with their kids, then that's really a good thing. That I would say that these big events, even though it took a lot of energy and effort, these big events were worth it because it's moving you toward the ultimate win. Remember what the ultimate win is. We want to help people pursue God. So when it comes to kids and families, we want to help parents to be equipped to help their kids pursue God, right? So you're making a father or a mother a full circle follower of Jesus if everything that you're doing is helping that mom or dad to disciple their kids at home one topic at a time, right? So don't forget that if you really bought into that whole idea, then your big events should always be done with that in mind, right? Always have something to send home, always, be trying to empower conversations. But let me encourage you to also try doing some smaller things throughout the year, right? Maybe do like a daddy-daughter night. Super simple, low impact. Pick a topic from the site, focus on that topic, and do something fun just for dads and daughters. Or maybe do like a father-son weekend, right? Go camping and pick one or two topics from the site and use it as a time to connect dads and sons to each other, but also to teach them, right? Teach them to mentor their kids, but you got to help them. So connect it to a topic, a couple of topics, and leverage it to really help empower your parents, your fathers especially, to be spiritual leaders with their kids. Or maybe do like a dodgeball night for fifth graders, right? And just invite all the dads or grandparents and their kids. It's so simple. Just clear out the auditorium and put a line down the middle, get a bunch of balls, and just have a blast, pegging each other with balls. It's so much fun, right? But at the end of it, make sure to cover a topic for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Talk about a topic, show the video from the site, and then have the dads and kids or parents and kids break into groups and just talk about it. Man, how powerful would that be? Or if you're really bold, maybe try like a sex talk night, a birds and bees night. For parents, this is a really hard topic, so help them out. Put on just a weekend thing or a Friday night thing and say, hey, listen, we're going to talk about birds and the bees. We know this is hard, so we're going to help you do it. And, put a bunch of tables in the auditorium for families to sit there and use those videos and help broach the conversation. Do you see how these small events can be low impact in terms of volunteers needed? The tools are all right there. It's just all about picking a topic and empowering a conversation and then modeling it so that parents continue to do it at home. You can think of all kinds of small, low impact events that can really help empower parents to be disciple makers in their home. So yeah, do all kinds of kids events, but you don't have to complicate it to have a major impact.